Live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon. Welcome to This Day in History, aka TDH. I'm A.O. Xander.
Golden Loon.
You almost fumbled there.
Fumbled what?
I saw you like, whoa, out of the corner of my eye. Like,
no. Full control.
Just like that time that you fell over and I had to save you.
I was taking you down with me.
Yeah. And anyway, you here, of course, are you. Thank you for coming in and joining us. Today is, what is today?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday, April 5th, 2026. This show is about interesting and important events that happened today throughout the annals of recorded history, starting with the year 456. St. Patrick returned to Ireland as a missionary bishop. All right. We spoke about St. Patrick back on St. Patrick's Day, So, of course, because it's his day. Moving on up to 1058, the Bishop Giovanni Mencius, also known as the Thin, I guess that's what Mencius means, was elected as anti-pope Benedict the 10th. That doesn't sound good. 1081, Alexios I Komnenos was crowned Byzantine emperor at Constantinople, bringing the Komnenian dynasty to full power. Never heard of that, but that sounds important there. 1242, the Russian Prince of Novgorod, Alexander Nevsky, defeated the Teutonic Knights in the Battle of the Ice on the frozen lake Peipus between Estonia and Russia. 1424, Scottish King James I returned to Scotland after 18 years of detention at the English court. 1536, Charles V made a royal entry into Rome, demolishing a swath of the city to reenact a Roman triumph. That doesn't sound intelligent. What the heck? Why are you destroying the part of the city that you just conquered? That's
I don't know.
Kind of self-destructive. It's like, oh hey, I conquered you, and to mimic a Roman victory, I'm going to destroy this Roman town, because that makes sense. 1566, 300 nobles in the Habsburg Netherlands submitted to the Compromise of Nobles petition to Margaret of Parma against the Inquisition and the enforcement of the placards against heresy. This is a edit of the primary source. It used to say 200 Brussels nobles, so now it says 300. But from the other source, it says 200 still Dutch noblemen, led by Hendrik van Brandervoort, forced themselves into the presence of Margaret of Parma and presented the petition of compromise, denouncing the Spanish Inquisition in the 17 provinces. So, the Spanish Inquisition going around, doing their Spanish Inquisition things. What else do we got here? 1609, Daimyo, the lord of the Satsuma domain in southern Kyushu, Japan, completed his successful invasion of the Ryukyu kingdom in Okinawa. And we have a painting of that. So that's them getting on the beach and taking over Okinawa, an island. 1614, the Second Parliament of King James I began session, but no bills passed, and it only lasted 2 months and 2 days. Thus, it's named the Addled Parliament. So, just a giant nothing burger. We also have in Virginia, Native American Pocahontas married English colonist John Rolfe. Yeah. So, we have there. And she was only like 14 or 15, or maybe, I think she might have been even younger. I'm not entirely sure, but she was young. So, this is kind of disturbing. 1621, the Mayflower set sail from Plymouth, Massachusetts on a return trip to England. So
well, wait a minute. You got to realize a whole different world back in the day.
Yeah. Well,
it wasn't crazy for a 14-year-old to be married.
Yeah. So, yeah. I still don't like the thought of it. So, the Mayflower on its way back, probably to grab some more pilgrims or whatever. 1648, Spanish troops and feudal barons strike down the People's Uprising in Naples. 1722, Dutch navigator Jacob Roggeveen was the first European to discover Easter Island, or Rapa Nui, in the southeastern Pacific.
Well, that's crazy, that Easter Island.
Yeah. We actually have a painting here, though, and you see there's, by the attire, the bicorn hat and everything, that's a European. Yeah. And it looks like there's some natives here, judging by their attire. So, this is the Europeans and the natives.
When it was discovered, there was no indigenous species there. I thought, and they couldn't figure out what all the sculptures and everything.
No, there were people there, and there were the heads there.
Well, the heads were definitely there.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, like the heads were above ground. If anything, there was more above ground than what we knew in our lifetimes, because it wasn't until, I don't even know when it was discovered, but somebody just so happened to dig, or I guess LiDAR scan, and they discovered the body kept going down. So they dug and they found there's a whole another section down there.
And they're all looking out to sea.
Yeah, well, like, do you know the story behind all of this? And the whole history of Easter Island and everything? Because Easter Island, according to the archaeological study, it used to be a lush forest island and everything. And there was a populace there. I'm not sure if there still was when this was discovered. Well, the painting right there just showed the indigenous people, so I think there still was. But they were a thriving community, but they got too successful. They are a microcosm of what I'm kind of concerned about humanity is going to do to the entire world. But they ended up in some kind of drought, or there was something that pushed them into dire straits, or whatever. But like they had completely clear cut the entire island. Like there used to be trees and all sorts of, eventually they exhausted all of that. And, they didn't do any replanting or any of that stuff and everything. And so they started making, the Easter Island heads as offerings to the gods to try to get them to magic some more trees or something. So they were so successful, they exhausted all their resources faster than they could be replenished. And that's what all these island heads are for. So
I haven't read any of that.
Yeah. 1739, France and Prussia formed an alliance against Austria over partitioning parts of the duchies of Juliet and Berg. From the other source, it says French and Holy Roman Emperor Charles VI signed a secret treaty. So this was a secret treaty over partitioning of these duchies or whatever. 1764, British Parliament passed the sugar tax. It was on the U.S. or the American colonies, I guess, introduced by Prime Minister George Grenville. So it's telling me to image search that, so I'm going to do that. We're not...
People love an extra tax being thrown on.
Yeah. So I'm going to image search this because there's a thing here. Sugar Act of 1764. Let's see if I can bigger this. Yes. Passed by Parliament upon the urging of Prime Minister George Grenville, increased tax duties colonists had to pay on goods such as coffee, sugar, textiles, indigo, and wine. Grenville hoped to increase his popularity with the British people by decreasing their tax burden while increasing the responsibility of the colonists to pay the cost of maintaining British troops in the colonies. Wow. Colonists opposed the idea of being taxed without representation in Parliament, which was one of the fundamental causes of the American Revolution. Yeah. So this idiot, trying to appease, the British... Just pinched us to cover the bill, and we don't even have a vote or a say. It's like,
no,
bruh, like when you look back at those times, it's just like it almost seems as if they're trying to cause a revolution. I mean, how much more can you fuck up?
England was the power of the world, and they were just used to dictating whatever they wanted.
Yeah, well,
live with it, guys. You're the colonists.
Yeah. Well, now the shoe's on the other foot,
and we have to be careful.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, 1768, the first U.S. Chamber of Commerce was formed in New York City. And 1792, George Washington exercised his first presidential veto to strike down a congressional bill to increase the number of seats for northern states in the House of Representatives. Dude, that is awesome. Because, that favoritism, it's still favoritism, but it's something, not necessarily I would support, but it's something, more inclined toward my beliefs. Like anti-slavery, and all that stuff. So most people would succumb to corruption and allow that to happen so the North can get a one-up on the South. But eventually that just leads to turmoil and everything, and it's also corrupt. It doesn't matter if it's a good thing, it's still corrupt.
Right.
Like, what's the quote with the path to paved is the path to hell is paved with good intentions?
Good intentions.
Yeah, exactly. So good on you, George Washington, really being a true leader. 1804, Possil meteorite, the first recorded meteorite in Scotland, fell in Possil. All right. 2 years after that, Isaac Quintard patented apple cider. We still have Isaac Cider.
Oh.
It's still around, so I think. And I think they're kind of, because this says refraction or something, so I think they're trying to, is there some science guy named Isaac or something?
Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton, yeah. There's an apple. So there you go. Yeah, with gravity. So it's playing off of Isaac Newton, but this is some other guy. His name is Isaac Quintard. So 1814, Netherlands Bank issued its first banknotes. That's cool. 1 year after that, Mount Tambora in the Dutch East Indies had its first violent eruption after several centuries of dormancy. 1818, the Battle of Maipú, Chile's independence movement, led by Bernardo O'Higgins and Jose de San Martin, won a decisive victory over Spain, leaving 2,000 Spaniards and 1,000 Chilean patriots dead. Yeah.
So you read that right, Maipú?
Maipú, M-A-I-P-U, Maipú. So, the Battle of Maipú. Well, I have a battle with Maipú every morning. So.
I was letting it linger there on its own. You had to finish it off.
Well, I'm not going to leave it hanging, Chad. 1847, Birkenhead Park, the first civic public park, opened in Birkenhead, England, designed by Joseph Paxton. Now, here's an image of it, and I want to actually do an image search really quick as well. You can see this is cool. They have it's an artist rendition, all the people around it and everything. Now, do you remember the movie Stephen King's It? Like the original one, not the one that was remade like 10 some odd years ago?
I'm sure I've seen it, but I can't remember it.
Now, there's a scene in that movie where one of the kids is like, down like in the freaking goalie or whatever, and there's like an entrance to the sewer, and the creature's there but posing as his dad or something. And this looks a lot like that scene right there.
Oh.
So
You're gonna have to show me that scene someday.
Yeah.
I don't remember the movie at all.
You don't remember?
I know I saw it.
Fake dad. Let's see if I can see. Oh, here we go. Right here. I'm surprised I found it. So let me bigger this really quick. So he's going down into the gully, and like here's it pretending to be his dad. His dad had died fighting in the Air Force or some training or something. But his dad was in the Air Force. But do you see that the pipe behind him? Doesn't that kind of look like that picture?
Yeah,
like right here, right there, the angle and everything. It looks like the exact same thing.
Well, not exact. Go back to the other picture.
Let me find it. Where did it? Where did it go? Hold on a second. Boop, there we go. Here it is.
That's a stretch.
Well, actually, hold on a second.
You got the arc.
Hold on a second.
That's about it.
I think I do. I still have. Yes, I do. So it's just different. So here's the image right here. Open image in new tab.
Yeah.
It's kind of small, and here's this. It's just it's a different angle. But there's a lake. There's water. There's a big opening right there. Yeah. It's not photo match, but I'm saying it has that energy.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that.
So. Anyway, what else do we got here? Moving on up to 1862, the Siege of Yorktown was fought in York County in Newport News, Virginia, ended in conclusive result. We talked about this yesterday, actually.
Yes, we did.
1879, Chile declared war on Bolivia and Peru, starting the War of the Pacific. 1881, Transvaal regained independence under British suzerainty. What's suzerainty?
Shouldn't it be sovereignty?
No, suzerain, 1881. Hold on, it's right here. Suzerainty. Suzerainty. So, I'm going to look this word up really quick. See here. A suzerain is a person, state, or policy who has supremacy and dominant influence over the foreign policy and economic relations of another subordinate party or policy, or polity, but allows internal autonomy to that subordinate. So it's basically like...
Okay, so read the sentence again.
Transvaal regained independence under British suzerainty. So it sounds like there's somebody like a pocket dictator or a puppet guy.
That the Brits are over, and they let them have some sovereignty, but still lord over them, right?
Yeah, the rights and obligations of a vassal are called vassalage, and the rights and obligations of a suzerain are called suzerainty. It differs from sovereignty in that the dominant power does not exercise centralized governance over the vassals, allowing tributary states to be technically self-ruling but enjoy only limited independence. This is complicated.
Yeah.
I'm going to add this into the underbar section really quick.
Sounds like giving you independence, but not really,
Oh, that's very British, so...
not exactly.
Or like, what did I say yesterday? You're not liberated, you're just under new management.
Yeah.
So, 1887, Anne Sullivan taught water to blind and deaf 6-year-old Helen Keller by holding one of her hands under a dripping water pump and spelling out water in Keller's palm. She went on to learn how to read, write, speak, and graduate from college.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. 1893, Cleveland passed the Park Act, the forerunner of metro parks. So, like, doing a bunch of park landscaping, like greenery around the cities.
Mm-hmm.
1895, Oscar Wilde lost a libel case against Marquis of Queensberry, who accused him of homosexual practices. Wow. 1897, the Greco-Turkish War, also called the 30 Days War, was declared between Greece and the Ottoman Empire. Here we go again, these two kids. They're always fighting. 1900, archaeologists in Knossos, Crete, discovered a large cache of clay tablets with hieroglyphic writing in a script they called Linear B. And actually, here's an image of Helen Keller being taught the water thing, catching up with our. Here's these a couple examples in the script of Linear B. Some of the tablets. You can see how they reconstructed them and everything. 1901, under threats from the Ottoman Turkish government, Bulgaria was forced to arrest the leaders of the Macedonian Committee. 1 year after that, in Glasgow, Scotland, the Ibrox disaster occurred after a section of a grandstand collapsed, killing 25 and injuring 517 more. And I actually have a photo of this. Look at that.
Whoa.
That looks like the result of a Final Destination scene. Like, that's wild. What else do we got here? In 1904, the first international rugby league match was played between England and another nationalities team, a combination of Welsh and Scottish players, in Central Park in Wigan, England. Okay. 365 days later, J.M. Barrie's stage play Alice Sit by the Fire premiered in London. That's a weird name because it's Alice and then sit -by-the -fire. Like why? What's with the hyphen?
I don't know.
Like, you usually hyphenate words to, like, continue on a phrase. Like, when you write sit down, you're supposed to hyphenate that because it's one action, but it's two words. Like,
so, okay, well then sit by the fire is one action.
I guess so. Well, maybe we need to hyphenate a lot more things. I don't know. 1906, Mount Vesuvius erupted and devastated towns in the Naples province, killing more than 100 people. 1906 as well, St. Pius X encyclical on the Martyrs, or mystic priests of Poland. So, good old Poland there. Is the music even playing? No, it's not. What the hell? There we go. I was wondering why I wasn't hearing anything. 1910, the Transandean Railway connecting Chile and Argentina was inaugurated, so that's good. They can travel between each other now. 1915, Jess Willard knocks out Jack Johnson after 26 rounds to win the heavyweight boxing title in front of 25,000 fans at Oriental Park Racetrack in Havana, Cuba. 26 rounds. Bruh.
25,000 fans in Cuba.
Yeah.
Not that big of an island.
Well, it might have sunk.
I think a lot of Americans took the voyage over there.
Yeah. 1919, Antwerp was officially declared the host city for the games of the 7th Olympiad, to be conducted in 1920, the first post-World War I Olympics. So that the Olympics, it's think what you want of the Olympics, but it is a real interesting thing that they were revised in like the late 1800s, early 1900s. Like, it was a thing in ancient Greece, but then how many hundreds or thousands of years was it before we restarted doing that? And then we had the First World War, we had the Roaring Twenties, Prohibition, the Great Depression, the Second World War, Korea, Vietnam. Those are, not as expansive and everything, but just what the world went through. Like, both as like an entire entity and then like as pockets, but the Olympics have been around for over 100 years. Yeah. It's turned into a bastardized form of what it initially was. But as the saying goes, you either die the hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. But still, like, it's really interesting, that it survived world wars, multiple world wars, and a lot of economic things, pandemics. Like, because like the Spanish flu was during the First World War. That was around that time. So.
Well, now the Olympics are all patriotic.
Yeah. Well, they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
So, moving on up to 1919 as well, Polish army executed 35 young Jews. That's not good. Why is Poland killing Jews now? 1922, the American Birth Control League, forerunner to Planned Parenthood, was incorporated. Here we go. And of course, it's not on the main source. So, 23, Firestone Tire and Rubber Company started producing inflatable tires. And I personally find that pretty hilarious and ironic, because I actually went through, you remember the Firestone blowouts and all that stuff because people were underinflating them, or they were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and people were dying and everything. They even made fun of it on Scary Movie 2 with his wheelchair. But I just wanted to look this up because I don't think there's going to be a bigger. That's a small image. I wanted to showcase this, but it's too small. But this looks like a full-page ad.
Yeah.
You know, for that tire. The one that I just covered. Like, this is of that time. So, this looks like it's of that time as well. But it's a...
Well, there's scroll down with a group of people there in the tire.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
5 April 1923. Okay, so I guess that's it right there. The Firestone Boys. Not to be confused with the Pet Boys. So, what else do we got here? 1925 Yankees. Get rid of that. Whipped the Dodgers in an exhibition 16-9, but Babe Ruth collapsed in NC due to an ulcer. North Carolina? Or NC? What's NC?
Yeah, North Carolina.
Okay.
An exhibition game.
Okay.
So they went down there to promote baseball.
Okay. 1930, England cricketers dismissed for then record 849 versus West Indies in fourth test in Kingston, Jamaica. Andy Sandham out for 325. 1930 as well. I can see you. I see you right here. 1930, Mahatma Gandhi and thousands of followers reached the sea at Dandi and boiled seawater to make illegal salt, marking the end of his famous 200-mile or 300-kilometer protest march against the widely hated British salt tax. Dude, that's... You think by 1930, like, we covered the
salt tax, yeah.
Well, no, we covered the sugar tax with the Americans and everything, and then we had a revolution and everything. So then what's Britain going to do? Like 100 some odd years later, they're going to do the exact same thing to India, but with salt. That's literally insanity. Like doing the same thing. Yeah. Well, I guess it's not the same exact thing twice, but you know. The gesture of it, it's like, what the fuck, Britain? Stop taxing out the ass. It's ridiculous. But yeah, here's some images. Like this one specifically, I couldn't really find Gandhi in this one, but I mean, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, it's not just about him. It's about all these other people. They're in the actual water, collecting the water, you know, to boil it and everything. But here we have one, you know, Gandhi walking with all the people. There he is right there. Good old Sir Mahatma. What else do we got today? 1932, Dominion of Newfoundland. 10,000 rioters seized the colonial building, leading to the end of self-government. Huh. It's not good. 1933, during the Andorran Revolution, the young Andorrans occupied the Casa de Laval and forced the government to hold democratic elections with universal male suffrage. Male suffrage. You know, so they you know, not even the men could vote. 33 as well, U.S. President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed 2 executive orders, 6101 to establish a civilian conservation corps, and 6102 forbidding the hoarding of gold coin, gold bullion, and gold certificates by U.S. citizens. So so this is the first swing to get us off the gold standard, trying to like get all the gold from the citizens. Yeah, no, they're trying to get all the gold from the citizens to make it government only. They forbade the citizens from having gold. Then he started the process because FDR started it, and then I think Nixon did the final nail in the coffin that eventually got us fully off the gold standard. But this was step one.
That's right.
This was step one.
Yeah.
You know, so so that way, you know, we are more dependent on the government and everything.
I still remember as a young man, it was illegal to own gold.
Yeah.
Other than jewelry.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, they backed off of that because now, you know, citizens can own gold, or I'm not sure if it's a limited capacity or what.
You know, as much as you want.
But, yeah, but now we're also off the gold standard. So, you know, it's terrible. 1934, baseball superstar Babe Ruth agreed to do 3 15-minute broadcasts a week over NBC for a fee of $39,000 for 13 weeks, which was $4,000 more than his New York Yankees playing contract. Jeez. I'll be damned, he's getting paid more to put his face on stuff than he's getting for the actual event that got him to be famous to begin with. That's hilarious.
Sounds like today where a lot of athletes make more in commercials and everything, and endorsements.
Capitalism, woo! 35, Croatian Farmers Party won Yugoslavia election. I mean, there you go, Farmers Party. You know, that sounds like, you know, for the people. So, 36, Tupelo, Mississippi, virtually annihilated by a tornado with 216 deaths. Other source says 233 deaths. It was an F5 twister. So the Tupelo Gainesville tornado outbreak, virtually annihilating the town. Like, oh yeah, it's telling me to image search this, so I'm going to do that really quick because there's a lot of destruction. It was all like black and white photos and everything too, so I couldn't really use it for the thumbnail. But like, as soon as this loads, so I can make a bigger version of it. Like, look at that.
Whoa.
Like, just annihilated. Except for these buildings back here, but I mean, these guys got creamed.
Yeah.
Let's see here, open image, a new tab. That's really small. Here's some more destruction. I mean, like, you see one tornado result, you've seen them all more or less, but still.
That's what tornadoes do. They touch down.
Yep.
And then a block away, it's fine.
Yeah. 1938, during the Spanish Civil War, 2 days after the Nationalist Army occupied the Catalan city of Lleida, dictator Francisco Franco decreed the abolition of the Generalitat, the autonomous government of Catalonia, the self-government granted by the Republic, and the official status of the Catalan language. So he even took their language. Wow. Francisco Franco, you piece of shit. And we supported him. Like remember, like, yesterday or the day before, we spoke about, like, recognizing Spain after Francisco Franco took power after the revolution. Wow, and even the Vatican did the same. 39, membership of Hitler Youth became obligatory. Great. 41, San Francisco Castro and Fillmore streetcars replaced by buses. Huh. So not all modernization is good. I'd rather ride on a streetcar. I can go on a bus anywhere. You go to San Francisco, you want to ride a streetcar. 42, during World War II, Adolf Hitler issued Führer Directive Number 41, summarizing Case Blue, including the German Sixth Army's planned assault on Stalingrad. Yeah, well, that didn't end well for them. 42 as well, during World War II, the Imperial Japanese Navy launched a carrier-based attack on Colombo and Ceylon during the Indian Ocean raid. Port and civilian facilities were damaged, and the Royal Navy cruisers HMS Cornwall and HMS Dorsetshire were sunk southwest of the island. So the British took some hits from Japan. So, 43.
Sure did.
Yep.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Well, the British and the French, French Indochina, they had interests in Southeast Asia and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, actually, wasn't Saigon or eventually Thailand part of French Indochina that was taken by Japan during World War II, and then they became independent?
I just don't know.
Yeah. 43, Chinese steward Poon Lim was found off the coast of Brazil by a Brazilian fisherman family after being adrift for 133 days. After British ship SS Ben Lomond was torpedoed by a German U-boat. So we have right here.
How did he survive without water?
Well, no, he got water. See, what he did was he gathered wreckage around, and he actually used the tarp to gather water, and then he scooped it up and drank from that.
Yeah.
And everything. Yeah. No. It's a wild story, this guy. I've seen a video or two about this story, and it is insane. 43, Mortsel, Belgium. Allies targeted Minerva car factory used for repairing Luftwaffe planes for bombing raid. Collateral damage from missed target kills 936 civilians. This was Belgium's greatest loss of the Second World War. It says here from the other source, they accidentally caused more than 900 civilian deaths, including 209 children, and 1,300 wounded among the civilian population of the Belgian town of Mortsel. Their target was the Erla factory, which was 1 kilometer or 0.62 miles from the residential area hit. So they were off by just over half a mile.
Yeah.
Terrible. 44, during World War II, the RAF launched 145 Lancaster bombers to annihilate the German aircraft factory in Toulouse, France. And I want to see what these look like. Just to see, just to try to mentally imagine 145 of these in the air. Oh yeah, they're real true blue bombers. Look at that.
Yep.
It's not like one of the smaller ones. These are real ones. Can you imagine 145 of those in the air just dumping? Like, man. 44, World War II. Here we go. More stuff. 270 inhabitants of the Greek town of Kleishora were executed by the Germans. I want to know why, but then again, it's the Germans. They didn't really have much of a reason to, or much of a need of a reason to kill anybody back in those times. They just wanton murdered everything. 45.
The reason was fear.
Yeah. 45, Yugoslav leader Josip Broz Tito signed an agreement with the Soviet Union to allow, quote, temporary entry of Soviet troops into Yugoslav territory, end quote. That's scary.
Not good.
No. Loons time!
Hey.
We have a 46 years. Soviet troops ended their year-long occupation of the Danish island of Bornholm. And we have a fleet of Air Vickers Wellington crashed into a residential area in Rabat, Malta during a training exercise, killing all 4 crew members as well as 16 civilians on the ground. It's a horrible training accident. 49, 60-year-old, St. Anthony's Hospital in Effingham, Illinois, caught fire, killing 77 people. So the hospital caught fire. Yeah. We also have Fireside Theater debuted on U.S. television. Now, I know you're only 3 years old, but do you have any recollection of what this Fireside Theater was? Like, was it a show? U.S. television, 49, not many people had TVs back then.
No, I do not have any recollection of that. There was a Fireside Chat that I remember as a kid, something like that.
Yeah, well, that was FDR, I think, did the Fireside Chat.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, I wouldn't have remembered FDR.
Well, he started it. Other presidents could have continued it.
Yeah.
So, but it says here, Fireside Theater is a U.S. anthology drama series that ran on NBC from 49 to 58. It was the first successful film series on U.S. television. Huh. I had no idea. So it's a soap opera serial type thing.
In 58, I was 12 years old when it ended. Yeah.
Huh. Well, I'm gonna add this link here, like right underneath it. So there we go. 1950. What else do we got here? Prague espionage trial against bishops and priests began. Why? What's going on? That's wild. I'm gonna do a surface level scratch of that article really quick. The Slansky trial. All right, it was a 52 anti-Semitic trial, so anti-Jew trial against 14 members of the Communist Party of Czechoslovakia. Oh, but they're communists. So, including many high-ranking officials. Several charges, including high treason, were announced against the group on the grounds of allegedly participating in a Zionist conspiracy. Oh, now Zionism is involved in this. God. Okay, well, that's a whole thing right there. So I'm gonna add this in the underbar section. If you would, you the viewer would like to know more about this, it's going to be known as the Slansky trial in the underbar section here. So look for this after the live stream. Moving on up, what else do we got here? 1951, Julius and Ethel Rosenberg, atomic spies, were sentenced to death for spying for the Soviet Union. Like, this is like the 7th time we've talked about these people.
We've talked a bunch about it.
Yeah. Although, like, why is Julius not up here? Why are we only seeing her?
I don't know.
Like, I'm sure Julius, there is a picture, so they just haven't added it.
Yeah.
56, during the Cuban Revolution, Fidel Castro declared himself at war with Cuban President Fulgencio Batista. 58, Ribble Rock, an underwater threat to navigation in the Seymour Narrows in Canada, was destroyed in one of the largest ever non-nuclear controlled explosions of all time. And like, I'm not sure if there's a video of it, but I do know that there's images. So look at the size of that. Like, it was a thing like out in the bay, like right here. This is Ripple Rock, here, or something somewhere.
So it was in the way.
It was in the way of a thoroughfare.
Okay.
And I'm trying to find what it was. Hold on a second. Open image in new tab. So like right here, like it shows you. Seymour Narrows, so right here is where the shipping is, and then there's Ribble Rock, which is it shows it right under, so you can't really tell. It's right under the water, and then it's deeper again over here.
Yeah.
So it's deceptive, and
it's a little mountain coming up.
Yeah, but it's right under the water.
Yeah.
So they blew it up to get rid of it. I'm gonna see if there's a video of it. Ripple Rock.
That's 58. Oh, there's a picture. So.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Ripple Rock explosion is April 5th, 1958. So let's see here. So here we go. There it goes. That's enormous. Yep. Well, they had to make way for the ships.
Yeah.
1962, Herb Gardner's 1,000 Clowns premiered in New York City. That sounds terrifying, 1,000 clowns. 1962 as well, NASA's Neil Armstrong piloted the X-15 to a height of 54,600 meters.
Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
First in space for the Americans.
Yeah, and if you spell his name backwards, it says Gnort's Mr. Alien.
Gnort's?
Gnort's. Gnorts Mralien. Gnort's Mr. Alien. Just saying.
Only you know this little bit of trivia crap.
62, St. Bernard Tunnel was finished between the Swiss and Italians. Their workers shared a handshake. When the tunnel.
Go to the Swiss Alps or something?
I believe so, yeah. 63, the Beatles received their first silver disc for Please Please Me. 1 year later, we have the first driverless train running on the London Underground. So, automated trains and everything. Now we have less jobs. 1965, Lava Lamp Day was celebrated. I remember talking about this in previous shows. 66, during the Buddhist uprising, South Vietnamese Prime Minister Nguyen Cao Ky personally attempted to lead the capture of the residence city of Da Nang before backing down. So, ended up not doing it. 1967, 76er, you can see how I had dyslexia there. Will Chamberlain set an NBA record of 41 rebounds. Yeah, it's not easy to read things fast when you write things in a palindromial way. And did I just verbalize palindrome? I think I did. 1967, Carl Wilson of the Beach Boys was indicted for draft evasion and later arrested by the FBI. Huh. In 1968, a concert by singer James Brown at Boston Garden Arena was broadcast live on public television in the aftermath of Martin Luther King's assassination, which was yesterday.
Yeah.
1969, we had massive anti-Vietnam War demonstrations occurred in many U.S. cities. A lot of that was going on and everything. 71, Fran Phillips was the first woman to reach the North Pole. Cool. Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. While that was going on, Mount Etna erupted in Sicily. Yep. 71 as well, U.S. Lieutenant William Cayley sentenced to life imprisonment for murdering 22 unarmed South Vietnamese civilians in the My Lai massacre. Yep. 71, Chicago, an American rock band with horns, began a 6-night, 8-show sold-out run at Carnegie Hall, New York City. All shows were recorded and live for LP box. All shows were recorded and a live 4 LP box set was compiled and released later in the year. Okay. Jumble of words there.
I haven't heard of the group or anything.
Neither have I. Well, I guess it was just called Chicago is the name of their band.
Oh, Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago.
That was the area.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, no, Chicago,
big.
Okay.
Huge.
Yeah, it's just describing them as a rock band with horns because they have it in quotations here.
They do have horns.
Oh.
Those kinds of horns.
Oh! I thought we were talking about,
Well, that's what I couldn't figure out what they were talking. Horns, And, okay, so yeah, it's now
wow.
I got it.
Okay.
And they did have horns.
That's cool.
Yeah.
72, the regular MLB season failed to open due to a player strike for the first time in history. 86 games were lost before the labor dispute was settled.
Yeah. Another short season.
Yep. 365 days later, 1973, NFL adopted the jersey numbering system, i.e. QBs 1 through 19.
Yeah.
So I guess quarterbacks are numbered between 1 through 19.
It helps the referees if you're lining up, a linebacker can't be in the backfield.
That makes sense. That makes a great deal of sense.
So if you're a back and they want to switch you up to a guard,
they have to change your number.
You have to put on different jersey. They put a jersey over the top.
Or they have what you had in high school. They go, yeah.
Put those babies on there.
73, Pioneer 11 launched to Jupiter. 74, Carrie, the first novel by U.S. author Stephen King, was published for the first time with a print run of 30,000 copies. So we were talking about Stephen King's It. This is his first novel.
I never saw that movie, but apparently it was horrific.
And there's still some scenes that haunt me to this day.
There you go. So I'm not going to see it.
Well, it's a classic,
It is a classic. Don't want to see it.
75, Soyuz 18A launch was aborted short of orbit. Cosmonauts returned safely. So they were in the air.
Yeah, it's aborted.
Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah.
76, thousands gathered in Tiananmen Square to commemorate former leader Zhu Enlai and ask for more openness in government. And, the April 5th movement led to the Tiananmen incident. So this is, I think we're going to talk about Tank Man here soon. 1977, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that congressional legislation that diminished the size of the Sioux People's Reservation thereby destroyed the tribe's jurisdictional authority over the area in Rosebud Sioux Tribe versus Caneep. Wow. That sounds like they're justifying oppressing the Sioux people. Because they're saying that it was allowed because their area is small, so they don't have as much representation, so fuck you. Maybe I'm not reading this right, but I hope it wasn't that. 81, the Philadelphia Flyers amassed a record 2,621 penalty minutes.
Jeez.
Was that record for the team or the league? So
For the team.
So like, you know, because that sounds like a lot.
Yeah. It's a record.
Yeah, but for the team or the league?
For the team.
Because
For the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah. Okay. 82, 43-year-old St. Louis reliever Jim Catt pitched 1 inning for the Cardinals in the season-opening 14-3 rout of Houston, setting an MLB record for pitchers by playing in his 24th consecutive season. That's impressive.
Yeah.
82 as well, British Royal Navy aircraft carriers Invincible and Hermes with escort vessels departed Portsmouth, England for the Falkland Islands in response to the Argentine invasion. Where's that energy now?
And guess who they asked for help? Against our own hemisphere, friends.
Iran?
Huh? No.
Might as well with how they're acting these days.
Yeah.
But we also have in 82, Lord Carrington, a British foreign secretary, resigned for his failure to foresee the invasion of the Falkland Islands. Wow, he held himself accountable. What a thought. What a freaking thought. Where is that today?
Good question.
We also have France threw out 47 Soviet diplomats. Why? Weird thing to do, you know. So
Well, obviously, they had a dispute of some sort.
I'm going to do a surface level scratch on that article. We have 19 minutes till our hour, and we are at 83. So I think we have.
They're not the first one that have asked diplomats to leave their country.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a large number.
Well, they kicked out all the Russian diplomats.
Accusing them of espionage. The Interior Ministry said their activities had centered on high technology and the armed forces. So I actually have like a newspaper thing here. So like this is showing me. You see how it's grayed out except for like the picture in this this column.
Yeah.
So this is that column.
Oh,
so
okay.
if you want to read this column, I'm going to see here. France 47 spies column. If you want to read this column, check for this link in the underbar description below. After the live stream, it will be down there. Moving on up here, 1983, the People's Armed Forces Police was officially founded. Of what country?
Yeah.
Or the People's Armed Police. That sounds like China, but I don't know. 84, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar broke Wilt Chamberlain's all-time career record, or career scoring record of 31,419 points with 31,421. He got 2 more.
Well, he wasn't done.
Well, yeah, but this is when he broke it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Yep. 86, record for a throw and return boomerang toss was set at 121 meters. You know? Boomerang, yeah, there's a way to throw them. Like, you can't just throw them and they'll always come back. There's a technique.
Did I ever tell you about my kid's story? We had these me and a friend got these not fancy boomerangs, but boomerangs.
Oh.
And I didn't want to throw it, so like 2 or 3 days later, he says, come on, get out your boomerang. And I get out mine, we'll throw these things. Anyways, I went, okay, I'll throw it, thinking it's gone. You know, we bought these things and it's not going to come back. And who knows where it goes. So with all my might, I threw that thing and well, there you go. See, now it's gone.
So it actually got you.
Yeah, hit me right in the neck. That's true. Absolutely true.
That's so classic. Only you can fuck up to that capacity.
There
it's
you
a
go.
boomerang.
It's gone.
Now, at first, you said your child boomerang story. I thought you were going to refer to me because no matter how hard you throw me, I always come back. But no, you actually had a real story.
Yes.
There are levels to this, like an onion. Oh.
That you really added to it.
I love that. I love that.
Oh.
Yeah. Moving up here, 1986, U.S. soldier and Turkish woman were killed in West Berlin disco bombing. Yikes! A Turkish woman or women? Like I don't know. Is that singular or plural? Like it's.
Well, it says woman. Best I can see.
Okay. Ayo's Time! 1987, Fox TV Network premiered Married with Children and The Tracy Ullman Show. Yeah. We also have Wayne Gretzky won his 7th straight NHL scoring title. 2 years later, Los Angeles Dodger Oral Hershiser consecutive scoreless streak of 59 innings ended.
Yeah.
1989 as well, NBC's Late Night with David Letterman became the first network TV show broadcast in Dolby Stereo audio there.
Yeah.
Poland granted legal status to trade unions Solidarność, or Solidarity. All right. 1990, John Stockton reached a 1,000 assist mark for NBA record 3 years in a row. Wow. In this picture, it looks like he's in some kind of like fighter jacket or something. Did we like look into that before?
No.
I
don't know what he's in, but
but between that and the background, like it looks like there's a missile hanging from a wing, and he's in like some flight jacket. He looks like a pilot. But
he wasn't a pilot, as far as I know.
Yeah, well, like that, he has a very small biography, so it's just I don't know. Maybe I'm just seeing things weird. We also have Paul Newman won a court victory over Julius Gold to keep giving all profits from Newman Foods to charity. Good. It's really sad that he had to go to court for that. You know?
Yeah.
Detroit Pistons in 1991. Joe Dumars ended NBA free throw streak of 62 games.
Well, what it doesn't tell you, was she a stockholder? When she sued him?
Oh, Julius Gold?
Yeah.
Well, like that might have been like the president of Rolled Gold or something. I don't know. Let's look this up here. So
she'd have a beef if she's owning stock and he's giving all the profits.
Well, away. Julius is a man's name.
Oh, who he then? I don't care.
Yeah. Newman wins in food fights. Tampa Bay Times. Okay, so from 1990. Okay, what do we got here? Let's see here. They rejected a delicatessen owner's claims that he was promised a slice of Paul Newman. Oh, so this guy was trying to cash in on it.
Oh, he's saying he was promised verbally. You don't got squat,
yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, he claims he was promised a slice of Paul Newman's food companies. Oh, wow, what a greedy bastard! You're trying to dip into a charity? Fuck you. 91, Detroit Pistons. We got that one. In 1991, Kitty Kelly published an unauthorized biography of former U.S. First Lady Nancy Reagan. Why would you do that? Like, what a stupid thing to do.
Why?
Well, you're trying to publish something of a prominent world figure, let alone the First Lady.
Yeah.
Without their consent?
Yeah.
Involving them? Are you out of your mind?
You're interpreting everything, so yeah, that's not right.
Yeah. 91, Southeast Airlines Embracer 120 crashed in Georgia, killing 23. There was all 23 on board, including detonator John Tower and astronaut Sonny Carter. Detonator. Like...
Gotta be a nickname for him.
Detonator? Maybe that's a position?
I don't know.
Senator. Senator.
Oh.
Because the D's right next to the S on the keyboard. Okay. Senator John Tower and astronaut Sonny Carter. So an astronaut went down.
Senator. Yikes.
Yeah, but that kind of sounds like an assassination. Because now you're getting a senator and an astronaut. Those are two pretty big, positions. 91 as well, Space Shuttle STS-37, Atlantis 8, launched from Kennedy Space Center, Florida, to deploy the Compton Gamma Ray Observatory. That sounds interesting. Mm-hmm. We also have U.S. began airdrops to Kurd refugees in northern Iran. 92, Peruvian President Alberto Fujimori suspended the Constitution and dissolved Congress.
Not good.
Yeah, by military force. That's even worse. 92 as well.
It's called a coup.
Mm-hmm. 92 as well, Serbian troops began besieging Sarajevo, the capital of Bosnia, which would become the longest siege in modern warfare. But how long was it? I will get to that next year. 92, peace protesters Suada Dilberovic and Olga Sukic were killed on the Verbanja Bridge in Sarajevo, becoming the first casualties of the Bosnian War. Wow, that's terrible. 92 as well, several 100,000 abortion rights demonstrators march in Washington, D.C. All right. 93 now, finally got out of 92. 73,293 people saw the New York Yankees defeated the Cleveland Indians 9-1 in the season opener at Cleveland Stadium. Then we have a win and a loss for Major League Baseball expansion teams in their debut games. Florida Marlins defeated the LA Dodgers 6-3 in Miami, while the Colorado Rockies lost to the Mets 3-0 in New York City.
Okay.
So, yep.
Expansion franchises.
Yep. 94, Miami Heat beat the New York Knicks, ending 15-game NBA winning streak. We have the pages of Codex Argentinius, also known as the Silver Bible, in 1995. The oldest text in the Gothic language, dating back to the 5th century, was stolen from Uppsala University Library in Sweden in broad daylight. It was, though, recovered a month later. Goodness. So 97, Steve Irwin's A Crocodile Hunter, debuted first season. You know, yeah. I love South Park's take on Steve Irwin though. It's like, you know, like this is like the most dangerous animal on the planet. One bite from it and I'm gone. I'm gonna stick my thumb up its asshole. Like, you lunatic. 98, the Arizona Diamondbacks recorded their first win in team history with a 3-2 victory over the San Francisco Giants in Phoenix, Arizona, ending second worst start ever, 0-5 by an expansion team. Well, that's a great way to get yourself, like, you know, liquidated. You know, if you operate like that as an expansion team, you know, you suck. 98 in Japan, the Akashi Keikyo Bridge opened to traffic, becoming the longest bridge span in the world. I got to check this out here really quick. 10 minutes till the hour. We're in 98. We're in good time here. Ooh, look at that. Like you can really tell how different that is. But I just wanted to. This looks really scenic, so I want to see this first. That is very long.
Yeah, that is.
Like, and when you really look, you know, like at the beginning and end of the bridge and everything, like the amount of concrete. You can build multiple city blocks of skyscrapers with all that. I mean, you just look at it compared to buildings. Those are like multiple buildings in one. That's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, and then this scenic one. Look at that. That's like a wallpaper right there. That's gorgeous. So, what else do we got here? Moving on to 2003, the Kansas City Royals became the first MLB team to begin the season 5-0 after losing 100 games the previous year, beating the Cleveland Indians 2-1. Just squeezed by the skin of your teeth with that. 2005, the Washington Nationals lost their inaugural season opener 8-4 to the Philadelphia Phillies. The first team to represent the nation's capital since the Washington Senators left after the 1971 season. So that took a while.
Yeah.
2007, the cruise ship MS Sea Diamond struck a volcanic reef near the Nia Kameni and sunk the next day. 2 passengers were never recovered and presumed dead. That's interesting. Like, just 2. Like, what happened?
Do you know what the original Washington NBA basketball team was named? No, you're not going to know.
The congressman? I don't know. The presidents?
The Washington Bullets. It's supposed to be fast, but can you see that today?
Oh my goodness.
Yes. You know, they're fast like
yeah,
a
I know. But like, the only thing that went
today it doesn't work.
The only thing that went through my head, pun intended, was thinking about Lincoln and Kennedy.
Oh.
Went through my head.
Wow.
2009, North Korea launched its controversial Kwanggyum-Yong-Song 2 rocket. The satellite passed over mainland Japan, which prompted an immediate reaction from the United Nations Security Council, as well as participating states of 6-party talks. Yeah, that'd be alarming. 2012, would you mind hitting that like, please? 77-year-old pensioner's self-deletion outside Greek parliament prompted further protests in Athens. We also have a 3-run homer by J.P. Arenciaba of Jairo Asencio gave the Toronto Blue Jays a 7-4 win over the Cleveland Indians. 16-inning game duration, an MLB opening day record. Wow. 2012, international internet group Anonymous hacked several Chinese bureaus in opposition to censorship. You go Anonymous. You know, you guys are the people's army. 2013, Japan's Nikkei 225 reached its highest level in 5 years. What's the Nikkei 225? Like, is that a stock market or something? Like, I'm gonna
probably cricket.
Cricket. Save on mutual fund fees. I'm getting mutual fund.
Okay,
Real-time quote and news. Google Finance.
Okay, so it hit an all-time high or something.
In 5 years. Its highest level in 5 years. Okay. 2015, a Rolling Stone magazine retracted its Struggle Snuggle on Campus story about a gang snuggle at the University of Virginia after being discredited. They had to do a retraction there.
Should have done a little more research before you printed it.
Yeah. Well, 2016, Iceland's Prime Minister Sigmundur David Gunnlaugsson resigned after the Panama Papers leak showed a conflict of interest. I want to reinvigorate everybody's memories of the Panama Papers. What was it, like 100-some-odd-thousand companies or something ridiculous? Like, we spoke about it. Like here, let me get Panama Papers. Let's see here. Panama Papers were published on April 3rd. So 2 days ago we covered this.
Oh, okay.
2016. When 11.5 million confidential documents from offshore law firm Mossack Fonseca exposed widespread illegal activities, including fraud, kleptocracy, tax evasion, and the violation of international sanctions by the world's elite in the largest data leak ever.
Ooh.
And
Ooh.
yeah, and actually, hold on a second. Let me see April. Whatever. Like from the other article, I actually had the number of companies that were involved and everything. But we gotta keep on going. 2016 as well. PayPal announced it is canceling a $3.6 million investment in North Carolina after the state passed anti-homosexual legislation. All right. San Francisco became the first U.S. city to mandate paid parental leave.
Paid parental leave.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, if you're pregnant or, whatever, or
I think that
afterwards.
includes the man, too, if I'm not mistaken.
It should.
Yeah.
In all fairness, it should.
It is a family event.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm talking about, post-birth as well.
Yes.
Women take time off to be there with the kid for the first few months before handing it off to a daycare or babysitter or whatever the heck. Really sad though how society, people don't have time for their kids anymore. Everybody's just scrounging. 2018, agents with the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement raided a slaughterhouse in Tennessee, detaining nearly 100 undocumented Hispanic workers in one of the largest workplace raids in the history of the United States. Thank you, ICE. Thank you, ICE. We love you, ICE. You're doing a good job there. Especially with picking up some slack at the airports and everything. Not that people are slacking or anything, but there's a lot of they're working.
Paid.
They're not getting paid and they're working their ass off and they're thin in numbers. Thank you, ICE. You guys are doing great. So anyway, what else do we got here? 2019 OKC guard Oklahoma Chiefs or Oklahoma something.
Oklahoma. What is it? Oklahoma. No.
OKC.
OKC.
This is NBA.
It's 2 cities.
NBA.
Oklahoma, Kansas City. I believe that's what.
But isn't Kansas starts with a K?
OKC.
Oh, Oklahoma, Kansas City. Oh, okay. Okay.
I think they're right next to each other somehow.
I don't know. Anyway, the guard Russell Westbrook became the first NBA player the first player in NBA history to average a triple-double for the 3rd consecutive season during the Thunder's 123-110 win at home over the Detroit Pistons. We have British monarch Queen Elizabeth II in 2020 made an address to the nation, quote, "We will meet again," end quote, for only the 5th time in her 66-year reign. I wonder what that's supposed to mean. We will meet again. Is that the British form for, I'll be back, chap? So... 2021, India recorded over 100,000 new daily Kung Flu cases for the first time, more than half in the state of Maharashtra, which began a new lockdown. Then we have Italy scrapped its 1914 film censorship law that could ban films on moral and religious grounds. I agree with that move. That's... Yeah. We also have Nguyen Xuan Phuc took office as president of Vietnam after dismissing the title of prime minister. So he just changed the title of his position, essentially. 2022, Shanghai lockdown extended to cover the whole city as Kung Flu cases increased, as China remained one of the last to employ a zero-COVID system. So that's interesting. 2022, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, a comedian, this guy's a joke, urged UN Secretary Council to act against Russia, accusing Russian military of the worst war crimes since World War II, including execution, struggle, snuggle, and torture of civilians. That whole situation, it was just a quagmire. 2024, Russian Orsk City Dam burst amid flooding in the Ural River, prompting thousands to evacuate there, downstream, and in border areas of Kazakhstan. That's a disaster there. 2 years ago as well, the New York region was hit by a 4.8 magnitude earthquake with multiple aftershocks. That's unusual.
Very unusual.
For that area there.
Yeah.
2025, Science's $3 million Breakthrough Prize Award was awarded to scientists who led development of weight loss drug Ozempic and Wegovy. Daniel Drucker, Joel Havener, Jens Jewel Holst, and Lot Bier Knudsen. And my goodness, the Ozempic stuff is having such a bad whiplash.
Is it?
Have you not been hearing about that?
No.
Well, first off, like, it became a new thing because, like, it actually works. Like, it really... Like,
Gets you to lose weight.
Yeah, but like, I'm not sure. Like, it doesn't make you lose the fat in an appropriate way. It does horrible stuff to your body. Like, there's a whole thing called Ozempic face.
Well, you better be careful because you can get sued here.
Well, no, because this is a real thing. Ozempic face. You know, like, they can't sue me because, like, this is 100% true. This is not an opinion. This is fact. Ozempic fame. Like, people who take Ozempic, I don't know exactly specifically what it does, but it fucks up your body, and it does stuff like it sinks your cheekbones in and everything, like things like that. But like, it's just doing horrible things. Is it off the market
now, or is it still on the
market?
market?
I don't know. But like, so first off, the first problem was, like, it exploded in popularity.
Yeah.
But then, like, because Ozempic, it has something to do with diabetics as well. So the problem was, though, all of a sudden, all these wealthy, high-profile people, they started buying it, and people who actually needed it for medication couldn't get it anymore, and the price went up. So that's problem number one. It created a shortage, escalating.
Of what?
Ozempic.
Okay.
Ozempic.
Okay.
Like, it was prescribed to people with diabetes.
Okay.
It was a medication. You know, it's not just a lose weight quick thing.
So
it was
a
legitimate medication.
Now I got what you're saying.
It was a legitimate medication for diabetics.
I got you.
And then it became known, it became popular, and all these actors and actresses and everything started buying it by the bushel, made a shortage, drew the price up. I think people actually died because, you know, they needed it, for their diabetes or whatever. And then now, like, the side effects of people who didn't have diabetes and everything, it does the Ozempic face, and it really screws up your body, and, like, it causes permanent damage physically. So it's, and I just, like, I look at things like this. Just this time last year, this guy won a $3 million prize, and then he's just the damage he's caused to people.
Prize?
2025, Science's $3 million Breakthrough Prize was awarded to scientists who led to the development of weight loss drugs Ozempic.
Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying.
Yeah. No, that's what all this whole rant is about.
I know, but I forgot what the original statement was.
Anyway, last but not least, here in the year 2063, so this is actually the future, we have Earth's first contact with the extraterrestrial Vulcan species in the Star Trek universe. Yeah. Spock! So... And that shall conclude the show. Once again, please check the underbar in the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. A lot of history has and continues to be made on a daily basis, and we can only bring you a portion between two sources. Please check our sources, for yourself to continue your own path of self-education. So for all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
Golden Loon.
And you are you. Thank you so much for coming in and watching us. And, for your dose of Past Friends Daily, we stream at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. Anyway, until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!